What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Lisa King with King's Critiques, back from Mangaka. In the last episode, we met not just one, but two of the most attractive characters of the show. And while one was just a cute ditz to help Futami out with her artwork for the cover she had been put in charge of, the other was a mixed bag, shall we say. Definitely took over as the hottest character of the show, period. But her personality is something, alright. Bad? No, just something. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Otherwise, that's all about most of the wrap up for you. Futami is now in charge of not only the cover for her book, as well as writing out the rest of it, but also the cover for the magazine that it gets published within. Now, that being said, please don't forget, share around with people who like anime, hit the like button, subscribe, light around their limb, get the watch time, all that good stuff. And let's get into it. That's actually funny how they censored out a number. As if, most people know what a transition is between kilograms and pounds. It's not even going to tell us how much. Again, not like we'd know unless they, Actually, a good anime will add the transition in a little thing above. So if she says I gained, 10 kilos, they'll probably put the transition up top or something. Okay, but to a point, I get what she means. If you're kind of stuck working on something that's mostly on the computer, working out is, not a thing that's in the forefront of your mind. Which, if you're lucky enough to have a metabolism that works well, is one thing. Because I've stated before, as much as I am technically a fat ass, as much as I call myself a fat ass, at least I haven't ended up on my 600-pound life like a lot of people with colorful hair or piercings. I mean, people who need to watch out better care for their livelihoods. Yeah. Because I don't know how my metabolism works thus far, or really, but I'm taking the assumption of food doesn't make you gain weight. Delicious drinks you don't want to vomit whenever you drink them makes you gain weight. Weight? That's not the word. Well, it is a word, but not in this case. Regardless, most of my fat assness comes from soda. And, well, much as I want to try and do something about it, I would not be able to cut out soda. Though, this is an awkward topic, and, to cut it out for, well, maybe I won't cut it out for the Patreon, but I'll definitely cut it out and not leave it in the short version. Also, can I just say, if I could make corn dogs that actually look that good at home consistently, it'd be great. Stupid thought process. A little holster for corn dogs for, air fryers. Because you can't stick a corn dog in there, stick and all in air fryers. So if you're going to air fry corn dogs, it has to be those mini ones. But if you're like me, you buy them, eat a round or two, and then forget that they exist, and they get freezer burned, and then go to the garbage. So I wish I could just stick, sticks in the thing and let it do its thing. I mean, I know I could deep fry them, and using a pot to boil oil to act as a deep fryer is also a pain in the ass. Nashida, stop waving your wiener in your wife's face. Hold on, pause. Wait a minute. What? Coming off from the previous episode, that actually really does not sound that bad, even without context. Imagine actually going for a walk on a clean city street. Could not be New York. I don't live in New York City, to preface, but even the city I do live in New York. Granted, when it gets warmer again, I do want to go back out to doing the walking thing on a semi-regular basis, but, it's true. Which, to say that much is, people should start offering hugs more frequently to people. Not just randomly hugging people, because then you might seem like an aunt, but I know that's a fucked up thing to say, but in my defense, I'm, autistic as well. So, the feeling of affection being really nice and good and awesome is in my brain, but I'm also not enough on the lower end of the spectrum to just randomly hug people. That's what I'm referring to. Because, you know, those, like, usually younger, but not always, who, like, just randomly see someone and hug them. It's kind of like that case, honestly. To which, well, I think I've actually mentioned it before. I was at, like, I was hanging out after a concert, and a drunk chick looked at me and said, "Hey, you look like you could use a hug," and I was like, yes, I could. Not, I'm paraphrasing, mind you, I wasn't that fucking upfront and obvious about it, but point being, I accepted that hug. I have not been touched by a woman in a very long time, and I still have not since. So, like, and again, I will say again, much as I talk shit, you know, much as I look like a loser, I did have, you know, the ability to get a girlfriend at, you know, certain points in my life. It just has been way too goddamn long to where even a simple hug from somebody just random who is inebriated was nice to have. So, like, what she says here is not wrong. Also true! That, unfortunately, I still haven't felt in 16 years, but. Okay, censoring the kiss is stupid, but it's topical enough to be kind of funny. Also, I think the fact that censoring a straight kiss makes it even funnier given the product. This is where the idea. They adopt the dog from the outro! Let's go! I have hit and miss feelings about this, because, like, leaving any animal in a box abandoned somewhere is fucked up, and if you know someone who has done it, you should tie them to something and kick them in the crotch so many times. And I leave that as a vague statement because, listen, if you kick a woman hard enough in her vey, she will feel it. But at least in this case, the person was nice enough to leave a note, I guess. I still think that anybody who does that should be strung up and beaten with so many sticks. But I digress. Especially with such a beautiful dog like a Shiba. You know, regular sized or mini. But I suppose that's also a better reason why I don't, like, explore uncharted territory even when I did go on walks in the past because, listen, I have a problem with the two new cats that we got a couple months ago because they tie me to this planet longer if I ever have reason to. But, you know that Brooklyn Nine-Nine meme where I've only known blank for X amount of time, but if something ever happened to them, I'd, you know, off myself and everyone around here? Basically that with this kind of dog. That's another thing. Like dropping them off during the fall or even worse, winter, when it's so cold out. Like, it's like you're trying to get the animal killed. It's like, I get if you can't take care of it, but when you have an animal you can't take care of, at least, like, try. Like, I don't know what kind of shelters are in Asian areas. Like, I know the ones in American areas are not preferable most of the time because as much as they try to keep the animals, they also, well, to use horse terms, send them to the glue factory. And that's the most fucked up thing, too. Because, oh, if I ever actually hit where I wanted to with this, hit where I, could be great with this whole thing monetarily, I wouldn't just care for myself. I wouldn't just care for my mother. The rest of my family, honestly, is whatever. I honestly would love to turn any amount of money that doesn't go back into, the content game or to keep me in a housing situation to put forth, some sort of effort to help animals that have that kind of shit go down. I don't know what exactly, but I would love to be able to help that kind of thing. Because if there's one thing that I love more than content, it's animals. Like, you guys actually have probably seen how heated I get when it comes to things with animals. You know, Taco P. Taco P is the perfect example of that. You know, that stupid cunt got the dog taken away by animal control to intentionally get killed. And yes, it's deep enough into the episode where I can say the word at least once, I'm sure. So, like, I was ready to stop watching the show. I am glad enough that I gave it a second chance because A, I got to see that dumb bitch get the shit kicked out of her a couple times. And then B, we also got to see a happy ending, including the dog. But, like, as much of a piece of shit as I am in general a lot of the time, I have what matters here, unlike a lot of people. Like, do I have problems with stupid people? Yes. They're genuinely stupid. I don't just look at most retail workers and call them stupid for no reason. Oh, well, okay, that might be a little genuine, but I don't like cause them problems intentionally. I wait to save my freakouts until it's something warranted. Had something happen at Tim Hortons the other day because, well, I didn't catch their stupidity, so I just blamed it on myself and went off. But it's not like I look at the people at, like, say, yeah, I can't think of any examples. I was going to say Walmart, but let's be frank. With Walmart, you either get two things with the rare instance of the third. You get either people in, I know you're going to hate me for saying this, people that don't understand English, so they can't really help you with anything without you having to talk into some sort of translation app. Which, granted, I will give points to the ones that have those, because at least that means they want to help people. Like, it's frustrating, I won't lie, but at least they're better than the ones that just kind of, you know, throw words at you and don't even bring out some sort of translation app to help or something. You know, two differences. One guy, I tried to ask for advice and he just kind of said things I didn't understand and went about his way, so I just kind of went, okay. And then a woman who I asked something of and she said words I don't understand, but then she held up her finger and brought out, you know, her little employee Walmart app and, you know, had me type in what I was looking for so she could help me. Which I think I mentioned in actually an episode or two ago about this, where I was like helping somebody in a grocery store. They did not speak English, but they had a picture of what they wanted, so I helped them out. But now we get back to the other half of things with, ironically enough, a difference of people who do understand languages, of people who can understand you and could help you out, but just either ignore you or make an excuse. Like, I love Craig's content, but he kind of explains what probably happens a majority of the time with people that go in the back room to look for shit, and I don't ask people to go in the back room to look for shit a lot of the time for this reason, because you know most of those people are just like, uh-huh, yeah, uh-huh. Or, again, if you ask them something, then they just have their earbud in and barely pay attention and walk by you. There are a lot of people that do that in Walmart specifically. And then there's the occasional person that actually is just, like, is so helpful in every regard. So, like, there's many different ways to... Yeah. How did I get this off from a dog thing again? Yeah, no, literally. How did I end up talking about Walmart employees when we started on a dog thing? Shelters? This is my problem with 6 degrees of separation mindset, by the way. I can start on one thing and then go somewhere else completely, partially related, but also mostly unrelated. But, I guess this has been my TED Talk on whatever the fuck I was talking about. Anyway, don't make a hassle for people unless they're genuinely stupid, then give them hell. Fuck you, that's why she should. There's room in that apartment for a dog. Especially a cute little creature like that. Plus, like the outro shows, the dog is a good excuse for her to get out walking sometimes. Okay, imagine Nashina as a stray cat is probably the most on point and hilarious thing that she has brought up about her. Why do I doubt that? Well, of course it's... Isn't Futami the one who rents out that apartment? Like, she rents out the apartment. She's Hazami's boss. I don't think Hazami has much of a say in it unless she's the one who's supposed to, like, take care of it most of the time. Which I won't bring on too long of a rant about, but that's kind of like the thing I brought up about having those two new cats that I told my mother, yeah, we can have them if you help me with the litter once in a while. Side note, she hasn't as much as she should have, and I know I'm the unemployed one, but I'm also the one that has this to do to try and make it official employment instead of just like wasting more years of my life and meeting Cocoon. Plus, that's actually another thing. If Nashida likes the dog, she can do most of the taking care of it while they work. She enjoys the idea. Even the other two are over there now. All three of them are over there loving on it. Well, Sato's probably unsure about it, but she'll fall in love with it too. She'll probably actually have the same idea as Futami did that reminds her of her. Okay, on top of the whole dog thing, I do have to mention I'm not often one to post random pictures, on my social media, but like, how often I take pictures of those cats, and ones I should probably take more frequently of the other two. That thing y'all would want to see more of on social media, because listen, Blue Sky, Twitter, I could upload more. Like, even just to show off the cats, because, listen, they are absolutely fucking adorable. I resent them for locking me onto the planet more in one way, but they are just so fucking cute. And yeah, TMI, a lot of the pictures are like them in the bathroom, because they have this weird fixation to want to be in the bathroom with me. I don't know if my aunt, let them into that point or what, but it's kind of cute in a way. And the fact they're getting the oldest cat in the house to do it too sometimes is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, if y'all want to see animal pictures, let me know, because I haven't started uploading those to social media, because it's not like the type of person I am, but maybe that's the kind of thing I should start doing more, is uploading pictures like that, because that's the kind of thing that helps gain traction, I suppose. Agreed. Whether it be human or animal, I agree. Though, I suppose it's one of those things that makes the statement, would you love me if I'm a worm, kind of stupid, but also a thought process, because, worms aren't cute. But there probably are some people that are into worms who would probably say yes to that question. Wasn't your editor that douchebag Coda? Oh, somebody who recognizes her? Actually, I didn't know that Sato and Futami's coworker knew Nashida. Actually, that could be promising to her. We don't even get any payoff for that recognition from Nashida. Wow, way to just sideswipe her moment. Yep, she got into lock-in mode, which is helpful. Like, when people get locked into things, it's definitely more helpful than just, these things need to be done, but in what order? Which, frankly, is a lot of the problems I have with how I do things. Like, I have too much to do, I just don't know in which order to do them. Which is why I take, hours to do one thing one day, and then hours to do one thing another day, and then hours to do another thing another day. Which is not helpful, but today I'm trying my best to finish this series so I can upload for at least the remainder of the month. Even if it's only like the last few days of the month, and then I just upload the last couple episodes on Yuri Monday. But it's kind of like how tomorrow I want to lock in and do Star Rail Season 4 and record for that. Season 4? 4.0. Same difference, I guess. Because I haven't played 4.0 yet, and I need to play the story. So I'm gonna do that, record it for the other channel. To which maybe uploading 4.0 on there will help out gain traction for it a little bit more than it is, because honestly, uploading 3.8 on the main channel or on the Pokemon channel, or got it's different to call things for what they are now, because I took this gotcha content off from the main channel because of algorithms. It's really sad that's how that has to work, but I'm not a variety channel. I've done 99% Pokemon and some gotcha, but I want to make gotcha its own thing, try and like highlight it, and let be one of those things that like I don't upload to consistently. Like I have ideas to do semi-consistent things, but okay. Though I do have to mention, are we basically considering this like one of those cases where it's harem-esque, but more out of respect and admiration than love? Because, like, Sato holds a high amount of respect for her, but I'm pretty sure she also dearly loves Futami. Nashida, same difference, except for she's more gremlin-like about it. And then there's like a majority of the other characters, Hazami being at the forefront of that also respect and love her in their own way, but not to the point of love like Sato or Nashida. Though, I still do kind of sideship Nashida and Toko because of what happened in the other episode. Never even noticed they all went to the kitchen. Oops. Just it's actually funny part is this kind of one of those things I was talking about earlier, like being on the kind of thing where you talk with people and like swap ideas back and forth. Sometimes you go over, and this comes back to the point that has made about anime before, of the animated stuff coming from the source material. This is the example things like Promise Neverland should have. Because, like, imagine if they had just, like, tried harder and only extended it by, like, a few episodes. Or, hell, again, maybe, like, a OVA mini-series that could have gone through her adventures with those bug creatures. Like, things can do more. They just don't want to. I know there's a difference between, a manga and the anime that is from the source material. But is there really? Because, like, you can postpone releasing something. Actually, that's even a better reason to do shit like that for an OVA. To where you have enough to where it could be another couple of episodes, so you just release an OVA. Or you come up with something to, like, push a series out further and get people interested again, like they did with Lycoris Recoil. So, like, never cut back on good material. It always ends up making things worse. And matter of fact, I'll mention again, just for obviousness sake, of that's the problem with a lot of Disney remakes, is they cut out the shit that matters for shit that nobody cares about. I'm sorry, like 5 people might care about, and their names all probably start with a K. Again, relatable. Because, like, Azami's not wrong, though. Getting up a little earlier to do the shit you gotta do is the way to do things. As terrible as that might be to your sleep schedule, and that's why I bring up that just not sleeping would be the best thing overall if I could achieve it. Unfortunately, I cannot achieve no sleep as well because my body doesn't work that way as much as I would like to. Like, I think the only time in the past 10 years I've stayed up past 5 a.m. was after ZA came out. Oh, and after I started playing Star Rail. Maybe Woo too. But yeah, me actually staying up anywhere past like 5 a.m. is rough. And that's mostly because I know I need to get up early to do editing and stuff. Of course she was. She's upset about not getting time with the dog. Dog looks like she likes her. Again, I understand how Nashida feels. Like, again, anytime people leave positive comments or anything about appreciating the things I say or do, it does mean a lot. And to those that do, I appreciate y'all, and y'all are the type I want in this community, and the types I want sharing this stuff to other people. Hell, on the Pokemon channel, I saw a comment earlier that mentioned that it's been a while since they saw my content, and it's great to see me, and it's like, you realize I upload, like, every day if I can, right? Which, I didn't point that out. Like, if they actually do like me, they'll click on the channel and discover that, oh, I've missed a lot. But, point being, like, to somebody who's, like, shit tier to get any sort of appreciation, it means a lot. And, like, I hope I grow from being shit tier to being relevant in any aspect. But it's not like I can even say that I'm that low tier, because even in the streaming aspect, I don't stream a lot. I don't have a lot of followers, but I have a few consistent ones, and those people I also highly appreciate. Like, I cannot stream for months, and then one time I do, and somebody will pop in and be like, "Hey, it's been a while since I saw you." It's like, yeah, you too. What's up? Like, those are the people that actually, like, those are the people I want in the community. Like, those are the people I want to join the Discord channel, which that's one of those things that's in the comment section or the description down below too. So I don't need people who are going to cause some bullshit, but I do want people in the Discord channel who are like, hang out, talk to each other, throw questions at me, that whole deal. Like, as much as it's the ideal to start making income all from the videos or the streaming or whatever more frequently than I might, it's also the end of togetherness. I brought up before, the reason why I fell so deeply in love with Dress Up Darling is because of one thing: acceptance. And I know for the statement I made earlier about the Walmart thing, acceptance is a weird term for me to use, but personally, I'd like to be accepted more. Like, I have nothing wrong enough about me to where people need to, like, not stick a label on me. Do I have some fucked up things I say, think about, or have done? Sure, but a lot of that's also because I've been, like, well, as Nashida has said a few times, under the mindset of, it must be nice to be loved. But, yeah. That's also kind of true. Okay, hold on. The dog having little angel wings on it is adorable. That's sweet. Yeah. Or this. Did Nashida just get greenlit for us another one? W. The dog's happy for her too. Let her believe whatever placebo effect thing she wants to. Honestly, I wish I were insane enough to believe some kind of placebo effect thing too. I've referenced it before, like Rido in that episode of Aha Run. He drank what he thought was alcohol, so he had a placebo effect to have him be more confident throughout the entire school day until he realized, oh, it's non-alcoholic. Oh, back to normal. Or, like, religious people let all that shit go to their head, so they think that, doing what they do, whether good or bad, will let them have a free pass into wherever. But, like, placebo effects can work. That just needs the right thing, and honestly, maybe next time I'm in a bad mood, I'll use the thing in front of me to see if it changes any, or if it's just placebo. We'll see. I'm not gonna bring it on screen because that might definitely piss the YouTubes off, but just don't write something self-centered that might, like, offend her. Because I could see Nashida doing that. Okay, that's kind of understandable, honestly. It's like when trying. Actually, matter of factly, on topic, it's kind of like choosing a thumbnail for a series where there's so many good options, like this one. Also, can we just point out that that dog is more Nashida's than Futami's? She just confessed to me, it's crazy. That's almost like Hazami's happy to have her there instead of finding her a pest like she did in the beginning. No, okay, but like I get how she means by it feels like a scam. Like half the time you get approached with anything that seems too good to be true, you just feel like it's a scam. Or you're not sure how to treat it. Like, case in point for two things actually happening to me right now. I actually had a match on Tinder, and while she's not like 100% my type off the get, I still have no idea how to reply to some things because, like, it's been a very long time since I've actually had positive reception. Like, I've had one thing close to a date in a very long time, and well, she just basically ghosted me after that. So trying to reply to another person and get to know them is difficult. And then there's another thing happening, something more legal that I don't think I should go into detail about, but case in point of, legal thing, found one of those things on Facebook that's like, have you ever blah 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 blah? Hit this for blah blah blah, and it's like, cool. And now they're calling and emailing me a lot, and I'm overwhelmed and not sure how to take it, and not sure if I want to continue with it and make whatever money I can and hope that maybe it makes a difference. And yeah, because it also comes to the point of like giving out personal information to where you question on if they're real. But by this point, I'm 100% sure they're the real business they say they are. It's just like with so many instances of being bullshitted and gaslit, it's really hard. Which, considering the thing that it is ironic. Are we really having a flashback at the end of the episode? I mean, it's kind of funny, but. Also, that thing on her shirt looks kind of like a nightmarish Sesame Street character. Or trying to make a smiley hash brown and it turned out to be a eldritch abomination. Meanwhile, the one doing the interview just kind of staring like, wow, those two must really care for each other. I mean, for the interview, she kind of has to. I think that's the first time we've seen Nashida without her hair up in the rings. Cute. Chaos between the two mangakas, and then adorableness brings them bliss. We're not doing that. Those eyebrows look like she's up to something, though. I know that's just like how Shiba Inu look, but like. Sorry. That just reminded me of a joke I heard at that comedy show last week. Yeah, you can join them if you want, Hazami, but I think they're still just going regardless. I think that's fine to leave this one on too. I'm going to take these out because I have to take another small break between recording this one and the next one. I only have 3 more episodes left, but as far as this episode goes, I went through a couple of rants in this one again, clearly, since I'm at an hour like I was in the other episode I had recorded today. But man, the fact that this show gives so much to talk about and think about and whatnot is crazy. I am actually so glad I came back to watch this instead of watching the other thing I started specifically for Valentine's sake. Because don't get me wrong, it's a great show, but the fact that they added in a point that I ended at of obvious drama hitting. I'll finish it one day. Maybe I'll wait to finish it until next year's Valentine's Day. We'll see. But this, while not directly romantic, at least shows more, like, varied emotions without the risk of some bullshit happening. Because, like, on the one end, like I said earlier, you can look at it as, like, kind of harem-ish. Because while it's not a harem per se, all of them do pretty much feel a similar way about Futami, even if it's just mostly in the regard of work respect. Though a couple of cases might definitely be a little bit more than that. And then there's the fact that you can also just, like, pair off characters based on how they interact with each other. That kind of makes it one of those type of Yuri underlined anime, at least unless something gets proven more in the next few episodes. Because, I mean, the two that we saw during the bookstore signing episode, I definitely shipped them together. You know, Nashida and Toko, kind of adorable together, not gonna lie. Nagomi, I think Nagomi is just the standalone lewd friend who also does shipping. And, like, obviously Futami's main thing is with Sato, but I could kind of see, maybe a branching thing with Hazama. But those are all my thoughts on, the shipping of Uranus and all that stuff. You can let me know your own in the comment section down below if you want. Or about anything else to do with the show, or just the way I do things, the way I say things, handle things, what other things I could talk about, etc., etc., etc. And about, of course, any other shows, movies, etc. I should talk about this season, next season, or in general. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the other channels in the description, ring bells, like Facebook, follow Twitter, and Blue Sky to keep updated with things, TikTok, Patreon, where you get the full unedited visual and audio stuff I upload here, because I do take out a lot of controversial statements and even sometimes risque stuff that if I show too much of, YouTube might yell at me. And of course, go follow on Twitch, subscribe for benefits, comes from Twitch Prime for free, helps me out immensely for the temporary, this for the long term. And that being said, Ben the Blazer King with King's Critique, so ta-ta for now. Peace.